Good day, MNmaxers. If you haven't listened to episode 7, The Reclamation of Shiny Stone, stop now and listen to that one. Okay, with that out of the way, this is Swanee, aka the artist formerly known as Miklik. Little Prince Minnesota humor there. But in seriousness, it's been a while since I lost a character in a game. It's always a love-hate thing for me losing a character because I love trying new things and builds. I was also really enjoying Miklik, and from what I've heard, so have you guys. I just wanted to say a quick but wholehearted thank you for listening to our podcast. We have been loath to ask to this point, but in order to reach more people, we have to. If you are enjoying listening to us, and you haven't already, please make sure you rate or review us. The more reviews we have, the more likely others will find us. In the coming weeks, we plan to put out some additional content, including a more in-depth creation discussion between Tyler, aka Mr. GM, and I, on the creation of Miklik. Other than via casting sites, you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at MNmaxed. That's MNmaxed. Like, follow, subscribe, all those wonderful things. So I'll give one last greeting. Me, Miklik, who you? Reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter. Let us know who you are. And as always, we here at MNmaxed hope you have many great adventures of your own.
A recap of Session 5. It's all combat today as we find the pond that was on the map, and in it is an electric fucking rattlesnake. It gets its shit kicked in. We see skeletal remains in the limestone under the water. There's the hilt of a sword. We chip it out, and it's a rapier, and it's silver. We continue on and come into a room where we find a hulked out Halid. His crossbow rocks Miklik, but we're fortunate enough to notice the traps Halid has set. The fight is on. Things go totally tits up, and everyone dies. Mostly, though, it's just Miklik who is dead. Very, very dead. Chaos ensues, and finally, Vorn is able to take down Halid with a fire orb to the face. Everyone is very, very sad.
The 3 remaining party members drained Miklik's essence and gained a level. We did that off camera because we thought it was a little dark. Let's talk about what you guys did end up picking up for your level. Who wants to go first?
So Plum is taking another level of Sorcerer. Not a whole lot to gain. I get a skill feat. I took Wary Disassembler, or Disassemberment? Wary Dismemberment? Wary Disarmament. Wary Disarmament. And it helps me to avoid taking damage when I try to disable traps, which I feel is going to be very relevant for Plum. I also got a class feat, and what I took was Familiar. So we're going to have to work this into my backstory somehow. My long-lost parrot from my sailing days has found me.
I've already decided how he's going to join.
Okay, fantastic. So I will have a parrot. We have not chosen a name for the parrot, so please feel free to at us on social media with names for Plum's parrot, and I will choose the best one.
Face.
That's if any of our British listeners decide to suggest a name.
Parody Big Parrot Face? We've got a couple of England listeners, by the way. Did you guys see that?
Yes. I would say something trite like top of the morning, but I'm not going to because I have class. Then so my parrot is awesome and can do awesome things. He flies and will do other things. I think I would like to reveal those real time as they happen.
Fantastic.
And then I also get a new spell and the ability to cast one more level 1 spell a day.
Keeping that one in your head.
I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep that one tucked away as well. That is also going to be part of how the parrot works.
Okay. So the important thing right now is parrot at some point. That does not have a name yet.
No.
Are we going to have the listeners name this one?
Yes, absolutely. If we get any suggestions for a name, I will pick my favorite one.
Here, this is a good opportunity for the listeners. We have like 13 Twitter followers right now. So I think maybe like literally if anybody puts a suggestion forward, you're going to have to name this parrot. So this is a golden opportunity for you.
I don't know if it's all that golden. It's a bronze opportunity at best. But, we're here for you listeners.
We're optimistic here. I like the fact that you picked up the Familiar. We'll talk about how the Familiar communicates with you later. Is that something that happens empathetically like in first edition or?
So, if you want to go over Familiars are pretty interesting, I feel. You do have an empathetic link. You can have your Familiar speak to you. The basics of familiar is that there are familiar abilities and master abilities.
Okay.
And each morning you get to choose 2. You can, and it doesn't matter if they're both master abilities or both familiar abilities, and that allows you to do different things with your familiar based on what you want to do that day with your familiar. Some familiars, like a parrot, have to take, if they have a special kind of movement like fly, they have to take the familiar ability flight. So for my parrot, I have to spend one of my 2 abilities on flight. And then the other one I can move around and do interesting things, situational things with.
I really like that you get to pick it per day. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yes, it is. It's interesting.
So let's move on to our resident Desnan champion. Desnan? Desite? How the fuck does that go?
Desite.
I like Desite. We're just going to do that now. The Desite champion. What'd you get, buddy?
Was able to get a champion feat and a skill feat. And that's pretty much it, a level 2 for champion. I've got Divine Grace as a champion feat, which is a reaction to anytime I make a save. I can add +2 to it. And the skill feat was Quick Jump, making it so I can take high jumps or long jumps with a single action instead of 2 actions, and you do not need to stride before doing so.
That's interesting. You already have at second level 2 different reactions.
Yep.
Do you have a lot of reactions that are in your class abilities list? Is that just something champions are good at, you see?
Yeah, like they get attack of opportunity eventually, which is another reaction. They seem to have quite a few reactions, so you
That's
gotta
pretty
like
cool.
pick and choose.
I like that. Okay.
I got a beefy 34 HP.
That's second
At
level.
level
that seems
2.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
lot.
you know, there's one thing I've noticed about 2E so far is that the numbers are a little more pumped, right? So, like, when we react heavily to, you know, somebody dealing a lot of damage at level 1, it's a decent a bit more damage than you would have in first edition dealing damage at level
Yeah.
1.
One thing I realize is that, like, as your proficiency goes up every level, and as your proficiency goes up, like, everything goes up. So, like, your AC is going to go up at least 1 every level, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So those numbers end up pumping up a lot. Same with like your attack.
Yeah, but your attack, everybody's attack also goes up by 1. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And on a side note, I do not see anything in here about having to sleep. It just says when you reach 1,000 XP, deduct 1,000 and increase your level.
I
And
trust
it
the accountant.
Yeah, I do too. What does it say about like gaining the HP? Does it just the total goes up and then you still have to get that extra HP through healing means or natural means?
I mean, it just says increase your character's total hit points by the number indicated for your class.
So I would say then your wounds probably stay the same then.
I would agree with that.
Now that we know where our Desite champion is looking at level 2, let's go over to looking for adjectives here for Vorn. Dirty, smelly.
Dirty.
Yeah,
Rotten,
just dirty
filthy.
half-orc.
So Vorn, what'd you end up getting for your level 2?
Nothing exciting.
That's a lie.
Um,
I looked at Druid earlier today.
I took Reach Spell because I got sick of not being able to hit people with my spells at more than 30 feet. And I figured it could come in handy eventually too with heals, being able to heal further than 30 feet.
I didn't even think about that. That's applied to heals. Nice.
That was my Druid feat I took. And then I got a skill feat, which I took Battle Medicine, which allows me to treat wounds, or basically use treat wounds mid-combat as an action.
Nice.
But I can
Single
only
action?
do it to someone once per day.
Got it. Was that single action?
I'd have to double check, but I believe it was a single action.
It is one action. Looking at it.
But yeah, since I somehow got turned into the full-time healer of the group, I also took heal as my extra first level spell I now get. So I'm gonna be healing everybody, I guess.
Druid healer.
I almost took heal. For my spell, but I decided not to because
Wait,
I'm
as a
selfish.
sorcerer, you can take heal?
Yeah, oddly, I actually run off the same exact spell list that.
Oh,
Dawn
you're on
or
the
that,
primal. You're on the primal
yeah,
spell
the
list.
Vorn and I have the access to the exact same spells.
So that's really weird to me that you can cast heal.
Yeah, it's strange for a
Seems
sorcerer to cast heal. It does seem wrong. That's also partly why I didn't do it.
Well, and we're so used to the sorcerer just having the arcane spell list. This is my opinion. I don't know if you guys think the same way. I really enjoy how 2E is giving sorcerers spells based on their bloodline, as opposed to just you're a sorcerer, you cast spells as an arcane caster. Well, I think it's an appropriate time to set the scene at this point. There's a soft breeze that's wisping through the curtain of moss that leads outside. Vorn is looking at Miklik and checking for a pulse. It's not there. Daru, on the other hand, is unconscious, but Daru does have a pulse. Plum's at the back of the room, way back at the entrance. He didn't dare go very far into this one. And Vorn, you're right in between the two tripwires, if I recall correctly, or you were?
Yep.
I'm going to say you climbed over the one to go check out Miklik and Daru. You kind of have to step over the shards of frozen Hollid head. Crunch, crunch. What do Plum and Vorn do?
Can you save Daru there, friend?
Yeah, but I'll need some time.
Okay. I'll watch your back, friend. I'll watch your back as you tend to him.
It's
playing
gonna
hands.
be too long, man. Let's just do this. Hey, Plum, they're both gone. Daru's dead too.
Can't save him.
I can't say
I will make an untrained medicine check on this.
Like, he's blatantly still breathing.
Hold on, maybe I noticed that. I get my wisdom is +1, so I get a +1 on this d20 roll. I rolled a nat 20.
God damn it.
You fucking revive me.
Vorn, I'm pretty sure his chest is moving up and down there.
No, that's just his muscles tracting. It's rigor mortis. I kick him.
In case it wasn't apparent, Spencer does not particularly care for his randomly rolled character.
Kill the champion.
Kill the champion.
I'm gonna go loot Alad.
Oh, okay. You're not going to treat wounds on the unconscious champion?
I still don't think I can yet. I don't care what he says. I feel like it's been less than an hour. Plum, what should we do with these bodies? How do you people in society normally dispose of these? I mean, I just kind of eat them.
I speak Goblin. I don't have Goblin lore. I do have Halfling lore. So I'm certain I would know how Halflings treat their dead. I wonder if I would know. Probably I don't know how goblins treat their dead. Probably any goblins that I've interacted with that have died at sea, and we just threw them overboard. I feel like what
you say. There's a pond right over there.
It's not quite the same, though, is it?
There's water. There's a dead body.
It's very shallow water, though. He's gonna sit there and just like bloat.
We can
Disgusting.
Put rocks on him. And sink down.
Is the water deep enough for him to sink down into?
5 feet.
It seems fitting to me, I guess. It's respectful. It's where he died in battle. I feel like he was a man who liked battle, and probably maybe we could bury him. Let's do it. Let's put him underwater with that with the kukri that Halid carried. Bury him with his enemy's weapon. I think he'll like that.
Let me look at that weapon first.
That's a +1 kukri.
Let's not.
How about the crossbow?
Yes.
Standard crossbow.
All right, we'll bury him with the crossbow.
I'm all
It
right.
is in fact what nailed him in the head.
It is.
The chest.
Most damage.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Plum will take some time to reverently weigh down Miklik's body with some rocks, and I'll drag him out into the water as deep as I can find, and I'll also weigh down the crossbow with him so he's buried with Halid's crossbow, his vanquished enemy. And I'll say a prayer to Desna for Miklik's safe passage to the boneyard and along the river Styx, and hopefully he finds wherever his soul is meant to be.
I would like to assist with all this, and before we send him out, I'm going to give him a little pat in the head and thank him for being the only one that understood me. And then I put the sparkly rock on him too.
Touch it.
Aw,
I'm
giving
fucking
the
crying,
rock
guys.
And then I walk away.
back. So about Daru, though.
Yeah, are there more rocks? I mean, if you insist that he's alive, I guess I'll take another look at him.
Yeah, just give it a shot. Oh my god.
One.
Can you critically fail it and don't you damage me?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be the dumbest character death ever.
Target takes 1d8 damage.
Oh my god. Okay, so do the d8 damage, please.
1.
Okay, 1 damage. No, Daru, you're dying 1 now.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so your wounds would still be 0, but you're now dying.
So are we like going into initiative here for Daru dying? Is that
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so I get a 23 on my initiative.
I also got a 23.
I got a
Okay.
9. Yeah.
Plum and Vorm both got a 23 on their initiative, so they choose who goes first.
I
You
have
can
a-
attempt to stabilize.
I have a +8, so 12 or better, I'll do a 2 or lower, I critically fail. I choose to go first. Screw you, David. I rolled the wrong thing. But it's still a +8. Does that count?
Yeah, I'll take it. What'd you get?
21?
Okay, so that just stabilizes him?
Yo.
Okay. When somebody stabilizes, do they still have the dying 1 condition? They're just no longer in danger of dying more? Or do they go to 0 and get the wounded 1 condition?
They're 0, they're wounded 1, and they are unconscious.
Okay, so Vorn goes in to heal Daru a little bit, and he opens up that wound just a little bit more, and it squirts him right in the face. Oh, okay, okay. You put some pressure on it. Okay, you think you got him?
Let's just bring him to town. Let's just carry him to town and see if we can get some help.
You're carrying him.
Maybe I can use some of these crates to like float him out on the water. I would like to see what's in all of these crates actually. Is this like illicit smuggled goods in all of these crates?
I don't
Let's
know.
do that. I'm gonna take some time and try and figure that out.
This will be the first time we like really honestly do like solid loot.
And there's only 2 of us to take it.
Okay, when you go across and start checking out Halid's body, you see a couple of different things. You guys already took the crossbow. Vorn got a look at the +1 kukri and was like, ooh, mine. Or at least decided you weren't going to bury it. There's a potion of some kind. Another bottled substance. It's kind of a sickly green in color. And then Halid's heavy armor. And he's wearing a necklace with a key around it.
I would like to look at the bottles with the unknown stuff in them.
All right, go ahead and give me a crafting check.
Rolled a 14 plus 5, 19.
I'll let that be all of it for you here. One of them is a lesser healing potion.
This could have solved all of our problems.
The other thing that you find, this is a lesser juggernaut mutagen. But there's something different about it, almost like it has something else added into it. So between Plum and Vorn, what do you guys decide to do with this?
I mean, I guess we can save Daru.
Yeah, I believe we should put the healing potion in Daru's mouth.
The healing potion is a vial of ruby red liquid that imparts a tingling sensation as the drinker's wounds heal rapidly. When you drink a healing potion, you regain 2d8 plus 5 hit points. I'm going to have Daru roll it. 2d8 plus 5.
13.
Daru gains 13 hit points.
Welcome back, old friend. It's just a little touch and go for a moment there.
I thought you were dead,
He did. It's true.
and then I might have tried to kill you by accident.
He did. It's true.
We killed that guy.
We did. It's true.
I remember seeing Miklik go down. Where'd he go?
He did. It's true.
He did. It's true.
We buried him at sea.
Daru does not actually laugh at that. That's you buried him at sea.
Yes.
The Sea of Plaguestone.
That puddle over there.
The Plaguestone puddle. That's where he's buried forevermore. With the weapon of the enemy he almost vanquished.
He was an alright goblin, I guess.
Shall we be on our way then?
Shall we go?
Wait, no, we need to look through the rest of these goddamn crates.
Oh, yes. I'll smash open a crate. Or I'll just attempt to open it. I don't need to smash everything.
So you guys start looking through the crates here?
Yeah.
I mean, we could smash everything.
In the crates, you guys look through this. There's a couple of things that you see. There are a lot of alchemical reagents in here. Like, a lot of them. Enough that if you gathered it all together, Vorn, you could decide that easily this is worth 50 gold worth of alchemical reagents in here.
But it's all like a shit ton of boxes and barrels and stuff. Like there's
Yeah. It's not easily carried out, not by a long shot.
I mean, I doubt anybody else knows about this place.
Yeah, we could just leave it and come back for it,
you
piece
know.
by piece.
Well, if anything, I'd like to roll like a wagon up to this back entrance.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
You know, Vorn isn't saying any of this stuff because Vorn doesn't understand the concept of money.
Vord, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a wagon, and we're going to back it up to this back entrance here, and we're going to get all of this stuff, and we're going to take it all somewhere where we can sell it, along with his magical kukri and anything else that we come along. And then what we're going to do, Vorn, is you and me, we're going to buy a ship, we're going to call it the Miklik, and then we're going to go sailing on the sea, and it's going to be fun. And Daru can come too.
I like this idea. Like, I'm down.
Let's say in about 3 more levels, I assume we're going to be done here. And then we're going to go off and be sailors together.
You also find a torch.
Is it a special torch?
The torch it sheds light. It's shedding light right now.
Don't most torches shed light?
Yeah, but it's lit, but it's not generating any sort of heat.
It's lit.
No heat. That seems magical.
If you decided you want to try to like cover up the torch for any reason, you can't smother or quelch this flame.
Just to test this, I'm going to continuously dunk it in the water over and over again for probably a good 10 minutes.
It stays lit even while in the water. Vorn's occupied for the next 10 minutes. By the way, there's 2 of these torches. And finally, you find a magical rune stone.
Ooh.
Seems very obviously magical. This flat piece of hard stone is specifically prepared for etching a rune. This is obviously your first magical rune that you've come across. So we've got 2 magical torches, a magical runestone, and a magical kukri. Who's identifying?
I will make some knowledge arcana checks.
We're going to do one at a time here. Vorn's got 1 torch, but you can do the other one if you'd like.
I assume it's the same, but I will make knowledge arcana just to see. I get a 14.
That's an ever-burning torch. That
Same
you
as
have
the
in your
other,
hand.
right?
Yeah, they look exactly the same. You could make the assumption.
We're going to hold on to these. I think these can go in the cabin or under quarters of the Miklik once it sets sail. Now let's take a look at that rune. Knowledge arcana.
Secret check.
All right, so this is the secret check for the runestone.
So after taking 10 minutes to look over the small flat stone that has the rune on it, Plum is able to correctly identify this is a shadow rune.
A shadow rune.
A shadow rune.
Reading it. So basically, I can transfer the rune that's on this stone to another item, and then it destroys the stone that the rune was on.
Correct.
But it doesn't necessarily say that it does anything.
It basically gives you a circumstance bonus to stealth checks.
It's sure worth a lot, 58 gold. I mean, we don't really stealth a whole lot. Plum would certainly like it.
Then you get it.
Thanks. I'll take it. Just for the purposes of saying, Plum did not say he used it, but he will take it.
There's still one more thing in here. It's a small scrap of paper that you find on Halid's person. And I'm going to be sharing that with the party here. And who grabs it?
I question whether or not I can read.
Yeah, Plum grabs it.
Plum grabs it.
I pull out the scrap of paper and I let my party know that I found a little scrap of paper, and I read it to them. Halid, the final shipment of corpse blood is due in just over a week, and it's the last thing I need from that greedy bastard Bort. I've enclosed a parting gift for him. That should ensure he never tells anyone of our dealings. Be sure that he gets it, my darling. Drop off the reagents as soon as they arrive. My work is almost done. You will find your usual reward in the study. Signed, V. When I read my darling, I almost switched to a feminine voice, and then I decided not to because that was a preconceived notion about Halid.
My darling.
My darling Halid. There, that's
Also-
what I'm going with.
Also, reread the last word.
Oh, did I misread it? Oh, you will find your usual reward in the stump. What did I say?
Study.
Stump. It says stump. And it is signed V, so I assume Vorn did it. He's playing us all.
Mm-hmm. I'm the big bad M guy.
Should have seen it coming.
No one did. I didn't even see it coming, man.
Wait, I did this? Can I write? What remains of the party here exits out, and there's just beyond the curtain of moss that's through here, there is a little body of water. You're not entirely certain where you're at. The town's not like directly nearby. If you recall, you walked north through the cave system here for a decent amount of time. Not a very long time, but it was about a 10-minute walk. When you come out, you find yourself in the woods.
Can I make a... No, I don't have survival. Can Vorn make a survival check to try and find our way back?
I roll a 14. Do I know where I am and how to get back?
You think you could probably get everybody back in at least the correct direction.
I want some more turnip ale. I start heading back to town.
You start heading back to town. It doesn't take you terribly long. It's about 15 minutes. Where do you go? What do you do?
I go have a drink.
I need to go find whoever we need to inform of what Hallett has done. I need to show him this note. Daru, will you accompany me to go see King Turnip?
Or would you like to come drink with me?
King Turnip.
Varn will join you for drinks shortly. We've got to handle the business here.
I'm more so concerned about my health and going.
We
to this
lost
guy.
a party member.
So I gotta go get drunk.
Miklik
I think you're dealing with your
died.
emotions the wrong way.
Miklik died of a drink in his honor.
You guys enter back into town. You'd be just getting back right around dinner time. Vorn heads right to the feed mill, from the sounds of it. I would say you guys don't really know where Rolf lives. I bet Delmo would know, though.
Sure, I guess I'll go to the feed mill with Vorn then, just for the purpose of finding Delma and asking her, or any reliable local, and asking them where I could find Rolf.
Delma is the reliable local.
Okay.
As you guys come back into town, Temley, now leader of the caravan, sees you walking by, and she walks up to you guys. Hello, everybody. Where's Miklik?
I break down in tears.
Oh my goodness. Vaughn, are you okay?
Miklik's not coming.
I need
Why?
a bath.
A bath? Well,
Look at me.
He was stinky, but
No, I'm covered in blood.
Probably all of us are covered in blood
Yeah, you're all-
or terribleness right now.
what happened?
That punk Helen.
Halled's a villain.
I don't know who you're talking about. Who's Hallett?
Oh, just a right bastard. Killed Miklik.
Miklik's dead?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, this town takes another life.
That's all right. Halled's dead too. We killed the bastard.
Good. Why did you kill Hallett? Is he the one who killed Bort?
Yeah, he is.
No. How do you know?
Well, I've got a letter, and also he was expecting us, referred to us as Bort's lackeys. Finnick told us that Hallett gave him spices to put in Bort's food, so we've got pretty reliable sources, I'd say.
God, you found who killed him.
Yes, and killed him ourselves. I mean, killed the villain.
Why would this Hallett want to kill Bort?
I am going to use a deception check because I don't think I want to tell family that Bort was involved in nefarious things. I just think that's going to cause problems.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, Hallett was just a bastard, and he got angry at Bort. Killed him. Don't know why. I roll a 10, so I get a total of an 18 on that deception check.
Never even heard of this man before, and he just thought Bort was annoying and he killed him?
I don't know. I can't explain the mind of a madman. A bastard.
Doesn't make any sense. She storms off.
And now I want to go find Delma and ask about the location of Rolf.
You guys get to the feed mill. She's opened the feed mill back up. There's a couple of farmers that are in here. It's not late yet, so people aren't getting rowdy and drunk at this point right now. People are just kind of sitting down for meals, having some ale. Delma comes up and says, welcome back. Oh my, you're all very gory. Is everything okay?
Yes and no. Mostly no. Where might we find Rolf?
Rolf, he lives a couple of houses down. I could imagine you might be able to find him there.
All right. Does she give me any more specific information about which house down is his?
Yeah, she does. I don't want to. I don't know, so she does. She gives you the correct directions. Before you go, would you like to clean up at all?
Yes, I would. I start casting prestidigitation on myself.
Oh, you don't need me for that. Okay. Well, I see.
But you could draw me a hot bath anyway. It's very soothing and relaxing. Much more so than magic, even though magic works.
When you go, okay. Do you expect to be back from Rolf soon?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll have Finnick draw a bath for you. He came back.
Yes. We told him everything would be okay.
Oh, he seems very worried.
You can tell him there is no longer anything to worry about.
I've been telling him that, but he doesn't.
You can tell him for real. From the ones who said they'd deal with it, there's nothing to worry about.
For realsies.
She cocks an eyebrow at you and says, "Oh, okay. Sure. Whatever you say."
Look, I need to talk to Rolf first. I'll let him decide what he wants to tell everybody else. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the bath. Give Vorn some ale. He's taking it pretty hard.
Okay, happily. Vaughn, come, sit.
I do that.
She's gonna prod at you, Vaughn, but we'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure Daru and Plum go see Rolf.
Yeah, you guys walk up to Rolf's house. It's definitely nothing special. You knock on the door. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. No one's answering.
Are there any windows I can look in to see if I see anybody?
Yeah.
I look at a window. Does it look like anybody's home?
Not that you can see.
I check the door to see if it's locked.
It's not.
I open it and peek my head in and say, hello, Rolf. Rolf, King Turnip. King Turnip.
What? Who's that?
It's Plum Pargeter and his merry band of fellows, otherwise known as Daru.
I'll be right there. Hold on. He comes coming down the stairs. He looks like he's just like putting his vest on, like he might have been taking a nap or something. He looks tired. Sorry. I was resting from the other day. Please come in.
I do so.
What have you found?
Well, we found a great deal. We, followed several leads that really didn't reveal anything, but then we talked to Finnick. Finnick informed us that it was, in fact, Halid who had given Finnick spices to put in Bort's food. Finnick did so and served the food to Bort. This, in turn, was, of course, poison and killed Bort. So we followed up on that lead to go see Halid. Upon investigating Halid's house, we encountered many strange things, including what looked like a smuggling ring, but don't worry, we've taken care of all of that. We also found... Yeah, well, we can give you more details later. I've got a hot bath waiting for me, so I don't want to take too long. So then we went and we found... Yeah, over at the feed mill. I'm very dirty, sir.
Bath from?
Yeah, the feed...
You're talking very quickly, Plum.
Yes, I'm trying to just get through this. It's been a long day, sir. So then we found Halid, and then we killed Halid. Halid killed Miklik first, though, unfortunately, and almost Daru as well. See, thing is, he shot first and also had a trap for us. It was very unpleasant, sir. We found this note. Here's the note. So it looks like it was like an assassination on Bort. It seems as though Halid was working with this person named V. Bort was working with them as well, so fuck the guy. Anyway, Bort and Halid are dead. Miklik's dead. V is still alive, presumably, and I think we can consider our job done here. Thank you. I'm going to have a bath.
The entire time there's this tirade, his eyes are just going wide. He's running his hands through his hair. He just goes, that's a hold. Whoa, hold up. That's a lot. That's a lot to digest. Finnick poisoned Bort?
No, you're misunderstanding.
No. I don't think I am.
Well, sure.
You said Finnick poisoned Bort?
Finnick was
Halid's direction.
Halid gave Finnick what Halid called spices. Of course, it was poison. Poor little Finnick, it's not his fault. He's rather slow. Put the spices in Bort's food and fed it to him. I wouldn't really blame Finnick, but if you want to, I suppose, sure, whatever.
That's not your call. That is my call.
Right, so yeah, go ahead. Whatever you want to do, I don't care.
I need to go take Finnick into custody.
Okay, all right.
This V. What have you found out about this V?
Nothing.
And Halid's dead?
Oh, yeah.
Assuredly so.
Well, nobody's gonna really miss Halid.
That was kind of the impression we got. There are going to be people who miss Miklik, though. Poor little guy.
Oh, the goblin that was with you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot to digest.
Yeah, well, you digest it, and I'm going to go have a bath.
I pictured Plum's just like walking out.
I slump my shoulders and I turn around and say, yes.
I just thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We just want to get out of here ourselves. Yeah, of course. No worries.
I guess go have your bath.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, is the caravan free to go now?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, sounds good. I'll relay the information. Thank you, Sir Rolf.
Oh, okay. Daru, do you have anything to say? That was all very quick.
I need a bath.
Well, I mean, I guess you're very bloody. All right, I'll follow you over to the feed mill and I can put Finnick into custody.
I don't know if that'll be necessary.
I don't know what you mean. Finnick poisoned Board. That's all there is to it.
Finnick was tricked. He's just doing his thing. It's Finnick.
Doing his thing, he poisoned a guest.
He was given poison that he didn't know.
By Hollad.
Yes.
And that's what Finnick said. I don't know. This seems like a lot. I feel like I need to put Finnick into custody until
Just
Lord
be fair with
Cranberry comes by.
Just be fair with him.
I will leave that into Lord Cranberry's hands.
I forgot it was Lord Cranberry.
Fucking everybody.
Oh, that's great.
All right, I walk out as well.
Why would there be another person involved in this campaign whose name is a fruit? I don't get it.
We're not even done yet.
Are there more fruits?
I will not say.
Plum,
Dr.
cranberry,
Strawberry.
Mrs. Apple. She's a kind old biddy, Mrs. Apple.
As you guys walk out the door, and you're anxious for your paths, it's a short walk back to the feed mill, but shortly after you leave, Dara, you can see Rolf does come out. When you get back to the feed mill, Dalma's there, and I'm going to cut over to Vorn and Dalma. It's going to be a pretty short conversation, because they didn't really have a very long conversation with King Turnip. As you sit down at the bar, Vorn, Dalma goes and she pours you an ale, and she goes, so what happened, Vorn?
Well, we went into that cave.
Cave?
Yeah, there was a cave we found.
I thought you were
under
going
our
to
house.
Hallad's house.
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
there's
found
a cave. Under?
we found a cave under a house somewhere.
Oh.
And it was really cool. There's a pond in there.
Oh.
Someone was living down there. I might actually move in. Because we did kill the guy that lived in there.
You killed Hollad.
If that was, the big muscular dude with the crossbow,
Yeah.
we killed that guy.
You killed Hollad. My goodness.
And he killed Miklik. And I started crying again. I'm really bad at role playing. I cried.
It's Vorn. I'm so. She puts her hands on your shoulder. Vorn, I'm so sorry. I don't need you to have you bring that back up again.
Are you sure she even touches me?
I know she does. She puts a comforting hand on your shoulder because she's a decent human.
And then she wipes it off.
Immediately. Oh, see. Is there anything I can get for you? Anything I can do for you?
More ale.
Happily.
Strongest ale you have.
She goes and she pours some of the strong stuff. Usually you get kind of like a shooter with the bourbon-like turnips. She fills up an ale mug for you.
I reach for the bottle.
Oh, she holds it back. Hey, just start small, buddy. Start small.
I give her 2 silver.
Okay, you can have the bottle.
I just start drinking from the bottle.
Plum and Daru, you walk back into the feed mill, and you see Vorn at the bar with Dalma just kind of like patting him awkwardly on the shoulder, like she's trying to find a place to pat him that isn't covered in blood and gore. And he's just like all the way back, tilting his head back, and he's just glugging out of that really strong turnip concoction.
Sounds like our Vorn.
Appropriate. Dalma sees you walked in. Oh, look, Plum, come. You can come here. Finnick's currently getting your bath drawn up right now. We're heating up the water in one of the kettles in the kitchen. It may take a little bit more time for us to get the proper temperature for you, but it will be done very, very soon. Can I get you anything?
Oh, just a water, I think. I should probably warn ya. I think Rolf's gonna come arrest Finnick. Might not want to tell Finnick in case he freaks out, but that's what Rolf plans to do, I think.
I'm sorry? Why?
Oh, well, I think because Rolf's an idiot, to be honest, but whatever, it's none of my business.
In that moment, Rolf comes and opens the door and kind of goes in. He kind of slams it open. Dalma, get me Finnick. What is going on here? Rolf, come into the back, not in front of the patrons. And Rolf rolls his eyes, and they both go kind of into the back, through the door that leads to the stables. I mean, aside from the kitchen, there's not really a back room.
God damn it, I shouldn't get involved, but I follow him.
Plum's like, fuck, I just want my bath. As you get into the back, Daru, are you going with them, or are you hanging out with Vorn and his drunk ass?
Have I washed yet?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Is the bath ready?
No.
Fuck. I need to change the clothes.
To the hayloft.
Back to the room?
Yes.
Okay. You can go get a change, kind of wipe up your armor a little bit. Vorn, you're at the bar. Daru into the hayloft. You have to actually pass through where Dalma took Rolf in order to get there. Plum, you kind of walk in, not very far into the conversation. Rolf is like, hey, the Plum told me straight out that Finnick poured the poison into Bort's porridge. And I understand that Hollid told Finnick to do it, but Finnick did it. And Hollid's dead, and somebody needs to be held responsible. But Rolf, he doesn't understand. It sounds like there's nothing that why would he do this? I have to leave this to Lord Cranberry. There's nothing more I can do. He must be held responsible for whatever he is responsible for. And I won't make up that decision. Lord Cranberry will make that decision. But I need to put him into custody until then. But Rolf, please. Plum, you walk in on this. Delma turns to you and says, it doesn't sound like Finnick had anything to do with it. Did Finnick even know what he was doing?
No, Finnick didn't know what he was doing. I told that to you, Mr. Turnip. Finnick didn't know. It wasn't really his fault. But again, it's your discretion. I'm sure Lord Cranberry is an intelligent man and will be able to see the truth of the matter.
He rubs his brow and he goes, stop calling me Turnip.
I'll stop calling you a turnip when you stop thinking like one.
You're taking it too far, Plum. What am I supposed to do, huh? You want me to lock up Hollid's dead body?
No, Hollid's dead. He's paid the price. Maybe go after this V fella or lady, whoever she may be, he may be. Maybe that's your lead, but, the real culprit's dead.
Delma's like, V? What are you talking about? Who is V?
Oh, God damn it. I let it slip. I was trying not to involve the citizenry.
Temley walks into the stable. What's all this yelling about?
God damn it.
What's going on back here?
Is this an episode of Faulty Towers? What has happened?
I'm about to have like an NPC three-way conversation here.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Delma's like, well, Mr. Rolf here wants to lock Finnick up for killing Bort, even though Hollid bullied, I guarantee you, he bullied Finnick into doing it. And Temley looks at Plum and just goes, that's not what you told me what happened.
So I wasn't going to tell you the whole thing. I didn't want you to get too upset, but here's the real truth. Seems as though Bort was in cahoots with Hollid the whole time. They were running a smuggling ring with someone else named V, and so V and Hollid decided to kill Bort to cut him out of the share of the profits. It's all very complicated.
Lied to me!
Here's a letter. Go ahead and read the letter. I was trying to spare your feelings because you seem to really like Bort, but fine. Now you know the truth. Bort was a bastard too, and he's dead, and Hollid's dead, and he was a bastard, and Mikulik's dead, and he wasn't a bastard.
She takes the paper from you and she looks at it and she's, who is V?
I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm a goddamn sailor. I don't know what's happening. I don't care.
Delma, who's V? I don't know, Temley. I don't know who V is. I would like to know just as well as you would, because I don't want he is a good employee, Rolf. You do not need to lock Finnick up. Well, that's not up to me. Lord Cranberry is going to make this decision, and I am out of it. This is way beyond my normal capabilities. I am not just breaking up a bar fight here. I am not a judge. I am a simple town sheriff. This isn't even a town. This is a hamlet, damn it.
Emphasis on simple.
Delma says, don't change the subject, Rolf. I understand you're incompetent. And he goes, oh, Delma, that's too far. No, I will not put up with this. Finnick is a good man. He's a good goblin. And just because you had some bad experience in the Goblin Blood Wars doesn't mean you need to take it out on every single goblin you come across.
Wait, now there's a Goblin Blood Wars that happened here. Good fucking Pharasma.
Rolf just throws up his hands and he just goes, I'll be back for him, Delma. I'll be back for him. And he storms out of the stables. Temley's like, Plum, this is you. You told me you were going to take care of this.
We did. We killed fucking Hollid.
But Hollid was told to do this from somebody else, and they're implicating Bort in the black market.
Well, that's not my problem.
No, but you're the one who uncovered it. You agreed to help with it. Daru, you hear all of this from upstairs as you're
getting involved with that politics.
I will not leave this town until we uncover what's going on. Plum, this looks bad on you. This looks bad on you. And she storms out of the stables as well. Delma puts her head in her hand. What happened? Why is this happening?
Because there's bastards. There's bastards like Port and Hollid, and they kill not bastards like Miklik, but then they die, so, you know.
Finnick's alive. He's a good man. Finnick's a good man.
Well, this Lord Cranberry fella, he's got to understand. He's got to be smarter than Rolf.
Lord Cranberry will probably be just fine. I think he can see the obvious answer here, and even Lord Cranberry knows that Hollid was just a bastard, and easily could have bullied Finnick into this, telling him it was a bottle of his favorite spices or a bottle of spices. What the hell is Finnick supposed to know that it was poison?
Look, I'm on your side, Delma. I'm on your side, I agree. I like Finnick. He's a nice little goblin.
I don't know what to tell you. Temley says she's not leaving until we get this figured out.
Yeah. So now this is our fucking problem again. And I use Mage Hand to grab, like, whatever. So is, like, Daru directly above me right now?
Yeah, he's in the loft right now.
So I use Mage Hand to grab whatever little wooden thing, a spoon or a broom or something, and I go bang, 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 bang on the ceiling. Hey, Daru! Daru, we've got more fucking problems here.
All right, I will. I'm probably cleaned up a little bit. I don't run downstairs. I'm not really in a hurry to get into
Saunter.
You're probably in your small clothes. You're still like wiping up your chainmail.
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing armor. I'm just going down there.
You don't have enough time to, but you're in your small clothes and you come down.
What is it?
So here's the thing. It's a right mess. Tamley learned the truth even though I tried to keep it from her. Oh, wait just a minute. Did she walk away with a letter? Where's the goddamn letter?
She walked away with a letter.
I'm gonna have to go retrieve that. Anyway, now we've got to go figure out who this V person is if we want to leave at all. I don't really want to get involved, but I do have a little bit of a soft spot for poor Finnick, especially since the passing of poor Miklik. We kept getting their names confused anyway, so it almost feels like it's saving our little friend again. I think we should go try and figure out who this V is and take care of it.
I bet you it's a vegetable.
I think it might be Vorn. That's a joke, I don't actually. He's too stupid too. Just like Rolf.
Hey now.
You're drinking.
You're drinking, and I said that quiet.
Maybe it's V for victory. They did it. I don't want to investigate anymore.
Me either, Daru. Me either.
Let's go walk an old man.
Why don't you do that and clear your head? I'm gonna take a fucking bath.
Okay. So you guys head back in. Dalma's back at the bar.
I ask her where the tub is, and I go finish filling my own bath and getting it to the right temperature.
Finnick actually, as you're like come to go into the bar from the stable yard, Finnick is on his way out with a big old kettle with pot holders and is walking it through. Oh, hi Plum! I'm going to take care of the hot water now. I heard what happened. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, Finnick. Just, you know.
He gets this big, toothy smile across his face. Tell Miklik, thank you too. And he walks by you.
I say, I will. And I roll a bluff check to see. I get a deception check of 23.
Can we go back to the cave stump? We never picked up his Halid's reward.
We'll come back to that.
You know where the stump is?
No, you don't.
Find a stump.
You don't. We'll come back to that though.
And by we, I mean you guys.
Miklik knows.
I'm not really here.
Heavy RP. Finnick looks like he's just on top of the world right now. And he goes and he fills up your tub. Delma is sitting next to Vorn. Vorn, you've completely finished that bottle. And while Delma was out in the yard, you finished it. And I can imagine you like reached behind the bar and got another one.
Yeah. I throw another silver up.
And she's like, yeah, you really should be careful there. I know this is a very stressful time for you. Plum will explain, I think.
I walk out of there with the bottle.
Where do you go?
I just go wander town.
Okay. Delma sees Plum and goes, Plum, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Passive perception from Daru and Plum. Everybody in the feed mill is staring at you guys.
Yeah, I have no doubt. We created quite the row.
When everybody notices you, look at them. They go back into their ales. Can I get you anything, Plum? That was difficult.
You still don't have anything better than turnips.
I did not magically procure any wine. No.
Nah, that I'm good then.
Some water?
Yeah, sure.
I'll get you some
tea.
water.
Do you have tea?
Yeah, we have tea.
Is it turnip tea?
No, it's not turnip tea.
I'll take a little bit of hot tea then. That
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. Here. I'll go brew you up some. She goes back and tells Mora, Dad, can we get some tea here, please? Sure thing, Dama. Finnick comes back with the pot. It's empty. He's just like humming to himself and takes it back into the kitchen. And then he pops out and goes, your bath is ready, Plum.
I'll wait for my tea and then I'll go take my tea to the bath. And I'm gonna
Fantastic.
forget.
I will take Plum's bath.
Oh, you bastard!
I'm gonna
That's
get Daru's bath ready now.
hilarious.
Cutting in line.
That's hilarious.
So Finnick goes back in, is carrying the kettle back there. It takes maybe a minute or two, but the tea comes out.
And then I'll go and see if Finnick has my bath ready. And probably just assume that was supposed to be Daru's bath the whole time and not realize what happened.
It takes a while to boil a kettle of that size to heat up the water. Oddly enough, you think you're looking at it, Finnick's pretty damn strong. Or you can pick up that whole kettle filled with water and just like skip around the feed mill with it.
I feel as though that's meant to mean something.
Dude, I wouldn't drink anything from Finnick.
Plum, it seems to be this is a stressful night. My father can wait till the morning if you still are willing to take him out.
Fine, I'll go walk the old man.
No, I'm saying you don't have to do it right now. Just you had a stressful and trying day. Do it in the morning.
Thanks very much for your understanding. But we'll let the champion do that. I don't really have the strength to push much anyway. Hey, Finnick looks pretty strong. He could do it.
My father doesn't quite.
He's a racist old bastard too, isn't he?
That's a very crude way of putting it, but yes, he is.
Yeah.
The Goblin Blood Wars left quite the scar on this town. That and the plague.
Do they fly their own version of the rebel flag?
No. Our flag has a big turnip on it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I take my tea and I go to the bath.
It doesn't, but that just makes sense. Good night, Plum. We'll see you in the morning. Next morning comes. Daru and Plum, you're nice and refreshed. What's everybody doing right away this morning?
Laying in bed wishing I were somewhere else.
Drinking more.
Have you stopped?
I was gonna say, Vorn, you run out like a while ago.
I go buy more.
This morning I will pull out the remainder of the Keonan wine that I saved for a rainy day. It's a rainy day, and I drink the rest of that.
I go
Before-
for enjoyed about that.
No, this is mine, bitch.
I smell it out.
Yes, Sensibility, but only for alcohol.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That special little movie I had.
Did you take that as your skill feat? Alcohol
Yeah.
sniffer?
Yes.
All right. So Vorn's an alcoholic druid. For some reason, I don't picture you having been an alcoholic before the adventure.
He just is now.
It was like you suddenly realized that, I don't have to wait for all of the shit that I'm making to ferment and cure properly. I can just buy it with these little coins. Sweet.
Basically it.
Vorn's like a college student who got given a trust fund and just left mom and dad's house. Just getting trashed. Vorn, you wake up in an alley covered in, I'm assuming it's your own piss and maybe a little vomit.
Yeah.
You're not feeling great from last night, but you wake up. Give me a perception check.
26.
The hungover, drunk, regardless. Should give you a negative circumstance bonus, and you would still kill this check.
I roll shit. Every time my character's drunk, 15 plus every roll.
It seems that way. That's for damn sure. As you kind of poke your head up, you're wobbling a little bit. You look around, and you're sober, or you're post-drunk stupor, and you see kind of a weird sight. A tall woman wearing a cloak. It's a deep cowl. It's covering her face. You can't really see a lot of details in her face. Walking alongside, you would assume, is a dwarf, and carrying behind them a sledge, like a sled that's covered in a canvas tarp. And they're walking towards the feed mill.
And the canvas tarp is covering it up?
Canvas tarp is covering up whatever on the sledge, yes.
I don't know if Vorn would care enough to actually investigate it all. I'm trying to decide what Vorn would do.
Vorn just go back to sleep for a little bit? It's pretty early in the morning.
He might. I feel like he might also just go get some breakfast.
Got to grease up after that night of drinking, right?
Yeah. He's gonna go do that.
I feel like you're like stumbling behind the dwarf and the hooded figure, just like looking, just curious.
That is very comical. Like this obvious ominous pair are there, and then like the hero is just too drunk to even notice. Is
I
just
feel like
stumbling behind them.
Look, I might even give him like a wave or a nod as I walk by.
This is very good.
Like,
You're walking in the same direction.
like morning. Where are you guys off to?
It's one of those awkward things where like you nod at each other and then you realize you're going the same direction.
You say goodbye in passing, and oh shit, I went the wrong way. I'm following you now.
I'm gonna pretend to go pee in the woods until they get out of sight.
Just around a corner in an alley.
I'm going this way. See you guys.
When Daru and Plum, you guys wake up, what do you do right away in the morning?
Yeah, drink the rest of my wine, and I lay in my hay bed, contemplating my life choices and just wishing I were not in this situation.
It's still really dark in the loft. It's early morning, and there's shutters, but they're closed. Are you just wallowing in the morning dim light,
Yes,
drinking
that
your
is-
wine?
that is what Plum does to start this morning.
Daru, what about you?
I'm sleeping in for sure. Like I couldn't imagine. I never actually got healed. I got like a tiny potion, so I'm like,
Still feeling pretty bad.
like
Just
I
like
probably
me.
feel worse than Horn, even though he's still drunk.
Probably.
That's why you feel worse. I haven't hit, like the hangover hasn't hit me yet.
Vorn, you as you get closer, the two that are dragging the sledge kind of drag it up to the side of the stables, and you see the taller figure lean down to the shorter one, and your perception is just so high. You hear her go, "I'm gonna go find Delma. Stay with the sledge." And she walks off into the feed mill. You notice as you're sitting there, you're just kind of like looking. I just picture like you got the one lazy eye and you're just kind of looking around. You know how barns have those like arms that come out from the top, from the second floor that you put the pulley on so you can pull hay up into the second route. You see something really odd sitting on top of that. It's completely out of place. It's an extremely colorful bird. You've never seen it before.
It's the goddamn parrot.
Nature check.
23.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, you randomly wandered down into a tropical area at some point in your life and you've seen these. Oh, that's a parrot. What is it doing here?
With that 23, do I know how to get that parrot to come to me?
It looks down and kind of cocks its head at you. Plum!
The parrot just fucking said Plum.
Plum!
Come on, parrot. I'll find Plum with you.
It goes in, it kind of flies down and lands on your head.
This is a fantastic druid adventure.
And it gently pecks you in the forehead. Plum!
Yeah. I'm just gonna swat at it. We'll go find Plum, and I go to find Plum. Back to where I know they were sleeping the other night.
Which is inside the barn.
Yeah.
Or inside the stable. As soon as you open up the door, the parrot immediately takes off from the top of your head and flies up the stairs.
You hear from the top of the stairs, "Oh my god! It's insert name here!" "How in Desna did you ever find me, old friend?" "Plum." "Yeah, Plum's here, friend. Plum's here. Come on, sit on my shoulder just like you always used to, insert name here."
It does it. And it comes, it nuzzles your head. Plum.
I'm so happy to have my friend back. All of a sudden, things are okay.
That your parrot?
It's my old friend. Used to follow me around on the seas. Flew off one day. Don't know why. And now he's back.
It kind of
What
starts
tricks
bobbing
can
its
it do?
head. Wine.
He brought wine?
I gladly give him the last few drops from my flask of Keonan wine.
He starts licking it up.
Just like old times. Guys, I have a parrot now.
I was a little concerned that we were killing him, but yeah, it turns out birds are okay to eat wine. Drink wine. They can actually hold their liquor better than humans.
Really? So now we're going to do the same thing with Swanee's new character?
Now we're just going to introduce a parrot. Fuck Swanee.
Parrot?
That is Swanee's new
I am the
character.
parrot.
Am I missing something? Did a parrot just show up? Or is there like...
Here was my background explanation of why the parrot just shows up. When Plum left the sea, the parrot just kind of like randomly left while you were on the shore, just to go bred his parody oats, and he'd always come back to you. But when he came to come back this time, you weren't there.
That makes sense.
He's
you
been
left him.
looking for you ever since.
It's like that episode of Futurama, except with a good ending.
Oh, I'm gonna cry just thinking about
That
it.
doesn't
asshole.
destroy your soul.
Feel sad inside.
We all do.
So yeah, the three of you are just kind of hanging out in the loft with the parrot.
I went downstairs to go eat.
Oh, you went right back downstairs to go eat?
Yeah.
Vorn goes downstairs to get food. Daru, what do you do? You got woken up?
I'll eat up.
You got woken up from sleeping in late by a fucking parrot.
Yeah, that's annoying, so I'm gonna eat.
Plum, you staying upstairs with the parrot? Or you bringing him downstairs to eat?
We'll hang out together for a little bit, get reacquainted, and then we'll head downstairs and have some breakfast as well.
So Vorn, Daru, you go downstairs. You find an empty table. Amora is just kind of standing in the doorway of the kitchen with her apron. She's wiping her hands on the apron, and she goes, "Ah, you're here for breakfast, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need another bottle.
I'll get your food right up.
He's good.
I said bottle.
You're okay.
I do food. Delma does bottles. You don't see Delma right now, though. After a minute, Delma walks back in, and Daru, there's a tall hooded figure that follows Delma in from outside. Not the same door from the stables, but out the front door.
Like creepily, or he's just like coming.
No,
in
she's just like following, and they were talking softly with each other. And she goes and she sits down at the bar. The hooded figure, Delma, starts polishing some silverware in the back, and they're talking. And after a moment, Delma just goes, "Oh," points over at your table, and the hooded figure turns and looks back at you. Turns back to Delma, nods appreciatively, and then stands up and starts walking towards your table. She comes and she sits down. "Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
I understand that you're responsible for something. I'd like to talk with you outside, if you don't mind, while your food is being made."
Are you Mr. Cranberry?
No, I am not Lord Cranberry.
What's your name there? Isn't this a dude or a lady?
It's a lady.
Oh, it's a lady.
And
What kind
she's-
of business do I have with you, lady?
I have something I'd like for you to see outside, and I want to know what you think of it. If you don't mind following me. She looks at Vorn.
Is there any food in front of me yet?
Not yet, no.
Like a piece of toast, even?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm starving.
I want food.
Your food's being made.
I'll step outside with this hooded lady.
She steps up and leads you outside. Vorn, she walks over to the same sledge that was there, covered up, and she just she looks at you, at the two of you, and goes, "I understand there were two more of you, but one of you died.
How do you know?
Delma told me.
That makes sense.
But where's the short one? The one named after the fruit?
He's doing gnomey things.
No,
Halfling thingies. Wait, are you halfling or no?
It's fucking a parrot.
He's fucking a parrot.
She kind of raises her eyebrow at you and goes, "I understand that you were an odd group."
You're the odd one.
She looks over at you, and she looks at the dwarf. "Show them."
There's a dwarf involved?
Yeah, there's a dwarf standing next to the sledge that's there. The hooded figure is, she's, like I said, her cowl is really deep. It's hard to
How many
get
arms does she have?
to. The dwarf, though, what does the dwarf look like?
So yeah, you see a dwarf. He's got a hood that is a cloak that looks very similar to the other person, but his hood is down. It's not up, and it's a little shorter than a normal human, about 4'6". He's got an axe and a hammer by his sides and a bow across his back.
And she nods at you and show them.
He pulls the tarp back.
Your noses are immediately assaulted with a rotting, caustic smell.
I throw up.
Easily done. I can only imagine being as hungover as you are, that kind of smell. Yeah, Ward starts throwing up. Blah. What you see here are some bodies that are piled on top of each other, wolf bodies, and they're the wolves that you killed at the very beginning of the adventure, including the big giant guy. Boy, those things are ravaged.
Hey, it looks like someone kind of tore this one apart.
Yeah, we ate parts of it.
Raw? You ate parts of it raw?
I mean, I cooked it. Nick didn't.
And that was the one that died, yes?
I start crying again and vomiting. Crying and vomiting.
You guys stop bringing that shit up?
All over the place.
God, this is a mess. And she looks over at Daru. Daru, yes?
That's they call me.
We have a request.
Is it walking to somebody around town?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Didn't want to do that again.
You haven't even done it yet. You're already pissed off about it. She just goes, I would really like to speak with all of you. Can we bring the fruit down?
I just yell Plum really loud.
Plum! Plum got down here! Plum, you hear this.
I walk down lazily, but now there's a parrot on a macaw on my shoulder. Also, I'm looking at pictures of macaws. They are beautiful.
I understand that you're all responsible for this.
These are the wolves, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to say responsible, they tried to kill us. They were savage. Didn't act like any other beasts I'm used to.
Yes, that's partially the reason why I'm here.
There was one that was way gnarlier than that one.
Yeah, it almost killed me.
The big one is, in fact, on the sledge.
Oh, that's what he's got. Okay.
That ugly bastard right there.
Tried to kill you, yes?
It can spit out acid. It's kind of gross.
We have a request, but I wouldn't like to speak in town. I do plan on burning these bodies, but I'm going to do that out in the forest. Will you accompany us?
After breakfast.
Then how about this? Varnak, will you lead them to the clearing where we have the bonfire set up after they're finished with their breakfast?
I can do that.
Thank you, Varnak. She covers the bodies back up, and she kind of wraps the rope around her arm and starts dragging it away.
What's her name? She didn't tell me her name. I want to know her name.
No, she didn't tell you.
She's now known as Hooded Bitch.
Come on with us, Varnak. We'll go have some breakfast. The food's not much to speak of, and the ale's even worse, but it's here.
I love it all.
Oh, I know. I've been here before.
Many of the sounds you heard in today's episode were provided by Sirenscape. Check them out at Sirenscape.com. Thanks for joining us here at MNmaxed. We hope you do so again next week as we continue our adventures into the Pathfinder Second Edition and the Fall of Plaguestone. Until then, we hope you have many great adventures of your own.